On the job 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and it helps to know the people who wear the badge are using best practices in such an important job. Welcome back. I'm Lois Tomey.
I'm Chris Safati. Wink investigative reporter Peter Fleischer has the details behind a prestigious honor achieved by the Fort Myers Police Department and explains just how far the department has come in recent years.
We improved, we climbed out of that low point that you spoke of, and like I said, we're still ascending right now.
Not just big talk from Fort Myers Chief of Police Jason Fields. FMPD will receive its CALEA accreditation next month for just the second time in its history.
I feel we're on a very good trajectory right now. We're still climbing. We still haven't peaked yet.
CALEA is the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies. Program Manager Vince Doro explains the process, which takes months of evaluation.
Because it takes a lot of work. And it takes a willingness for the chief to let us come in, have a third party come in, examine all your policies, procedures, and your personnel, and ensure that you're doing the right thing for the right reasons.
CALEA sends staff to examine every part of a police department or sheriff's office. Fort Myers Mayor Kevin Anderson, a 24-year veteran of FMPD, calls the process exhaustive.
It really takes a lot to meet the standards. I mean, you got to go through every policy and make sure every policy and procedure is written to their standard.
The 138-page report reveals every way CALEA assessed FMPD, 114 standards for the most important jobs an officer does, missing persons, search and rescues, and use of reasonable force among them. The recent shooting of a Fort Myers man after a standoff caused some to question the department's actions. But as a CALEA-certified agency, FMPD can take pride in how the agency prepares and the guidelines it follows.
We look at their files, we look at their police reports that they do that meet the intent of the standard, and then we also every year communicate with members of the agency.
FMPD achieved CALEA accreditation for the first time ever in 2020. A review of that report shows CALEA heavily weighed crime stats that reflected local trends. From 2016 to 2020, FDLE numbers show violent crime fell more than 50% in Fort Myers, while the department's clearance rates skyrocketed.
So we had to do a complete shift and change on how we police. We're a little bit more, actually we're a lot more strategic on how we approach crime, how we approach people that commit crime, areas that crime happens in.
In the most recent CALEA window, from 2020 to 2024, the numbers continue to improve. The latest FDLE data available from 2021 shows a 4% decrease in violent crime and 12% decrease in overall crime. Fields credits the city for investing in modern policing technology, body cams, shot spotters, and surveillance equipment.
It gets us to scenes quicker. It helps us with follow-ups and crimes. It helps us identifying certain suspects or victims.
CALEA also notes FMPD's continued emphasis on community engagement, pointing to the True Blue program and 5 new substations. Positive community interaction is a cause the late Chief Derek Diggs started, and Fields has picked it up. Veterans swear it helps.
If the community trusts us, they'll be more willing to talk to us, to provide witness statements, to assist us, to be on the crime prevention end of things.
You learn so much when you're out there interacting with people. I think for people to see a police officer as an individual, as another person, as a human being, it just brings a different level of appreciation and respect.
As good as it was, the 2024 CALEA report was not flawless here at FMPD. Coming up, I'll reveal the 2 concerns that still exist because of the building this department runs out of. Reporting in downtown Fort Myers, investigative reporter Peter Fleischer, Wink News.